Well, I'm anxious to see him out here on this stage. He's been the guy that's picked us up during the year when we really needed to be picked up. We were a little bit thin on the mound. He had some great starts for us, and certainly we're in that do-or-die game, so hopefully he'll have a good one.
What was the thinking process to go with him, say, over Michael Roth or anybody else?
Well, Michael's coming off of 3 days. Can he do it? I'm sure he can. Jordan's ready to go. Will we use Michael in relief? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but we just felt like here we are in this situation. We're going to have to win to get back to where we need to go, and we need some quality innings from Jordan. He's going to have to pitch if we're going to get back to the championship series. Anyway, we got to win 3 games, so we're going to have to. He's got to pitch. Might as well be tomorrow.
Don't you have a kind of a Johnny Holstaff philosophy though as well, where at some point you throw whoever out there you need?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's probably everybody's available tomorrow except for Webb. He threw 82 pitches, I believe it was. So everybody, all hands on deck.
Did Michael talk to you to try to convince you that he was the guy to go with?
You want me to be honest with you? I avoided him. I didn't know how he was going to feel about it, but he and Coach Myers talked it over, and we talked about they talked about all the situations that Coach Myers and I talked about with. So I think Michael understands the scenario that Jordan's going to have to help us win. Probably Kumis is going to have to help us win. He's going to have to help us win to get back to where we need to get to at the end of the week.
Kind of a short leash on everybody, though. If he gets in early trouble, you'll
I think so. I think so. It's going to be a short leash. It's going to be a matchup situation. It's not like during the regular season where you kind of let a guy work his way out. Now it's like we got to get out right now. It's a do-or-die situation, much like we did last night. When Colby wasn't all that bad, but his ball was up in the zone a little bit, and we wanted to bring T. Webb in to see if he could stop it, and he was outstanding. He certainly gave us a chance last night.
The philosophy of coming off your first loss in this event in a long time, you got a lot of veterans. You lean on those guys to sort of get these guys back.
Yeah, they've been the backbone of this team the entire year, and I think that even the young guys, we played a lot of baseball now, and we haven't been a team that could just show up and win. We have to work extremely hard. We have to play well, and they get that part. We don't throw a 10 spot on the board and run away from people. So they understand that, and it's a loss. Now we got to bounce back.
Anything you saw last night when you had guys in scoring position that their pitchers, were they just hitting spots and just overpowering your guys?
I thought last night, you talk about Stanek and Aston was Arkansas's guy for the early part of the season, and then he didn't pitch quite as well, I don't believe, in the second half, but he was really good last night. And then you got Stanek up front. You can't see a college game too many times that's dominated like those guys did. And our guys pitched well also, but we only struck out, I believe it was 3 or 4 times last night. We had some pretty good approaches up there, but I think it's one of those nights where you just have to tip your hat to the other team's pitching staff. We tried to stay on some balls, put some balls in plays. They made a couple of nice defensive plays as well, and it ends up being a 1-run game, and we were on the short end.
We expect out of Kent State, they're coming off obviously a win.
Well, they were in double-digit hits yesterday against the Gators, and they can swing it a little bit. And they're a good team. They have been for a while, and they'll be ready to go. It'll be a tremendous challenge for us.
What do you know about their pitcher?
Not that much. Got a scouting report that we got a little bit on him, but he's a guy that is a little bit older. I know he's a sophomore, but he's been around a little bit, so it'll be a challenge for us.
Your DH and catcher tomorrow?
I'm not sure right now. We've still got 27, 28 hours yet, so I have to mull on it a little bit.
Ray, when Christian was mentioning when you guys were on the bus getting ready to pull up to the hotel, you kind of mentioned to the guys just flush it, and just what else did you kind of talk to them about in regard to young team, and you knew at that point you had to kind of, before they went to bed, get them ready to kind of move on. What was your message to them?
It was supposed to be a short ride back to the hotel, although we were barricaded. We were in the bus 20-25 minutes because we couldn't get back to the hotel. The streets were blocked, and it was too quiet on the bus for me, quite honestly. I like that. I like the fact that after a team loses, you get on the bus and there's a time of reflection. But I think you have to let it go as quick as you can. I've always been that way. The coaches can hang on to it, but I want the players to hang on to it. And it was too quiet for me. And as we were, pulled up to the hotel, I said, "Hey, let this go. We played hard. We didn't play quite well enough. We didn't score, but let this go right now. It's a loss. That's all it is. You guys have done a great job." And let's flush it and get ready to play. Let's be excited. I know you can't go into the lobby and celebrate, but let's let it go. There's still life here. Let's try to regroup and try to win the next one.
Did you sense that out here today, that they had their legs back under them?
I thought so, and we were over to Children's Hospital earlier, and I thought there was a lot of energy. And like I said, they didn't take that loss real well. Like I said, it was it was a little bit too quiet for me on the bus. This is a chirpy group, and I think they were just hurt by the loss, and that's okay. But let it go. You know, I'll stay up for everybody. You don't have to stay up. Go to sleep, and let's get it done the next time we play. And these guys have done a heck of a job, and yeah, we'd like to have a couple more days off, having been on the winning side, but it didn't happen. Arkansas was really good yesterday, and now we got to regroup.
Did you stay up?
Yeah, I stayed up for a while. Yeah. I look back at some of the video and those kind of things, and I don't know that I needed to do it, but I did it.
Was it one of those games where, during the 22-game winning streak, it seemed like any time you needed a big hit, a big pitch, a big catch, you made it? Not the case last night. Was it just baseball odds catching up with you?
I think, I always say this game will even out, and maybe we were on the strong side of that evening out for a long time. We had a lot of great things happen, and not to take anything away from our players, they're the guys that made it happen. But last night, LB hits that ball that I guess would have tied the game, and Anderson lost it for a minute in the shirts in the crowd, but then he makes it. But sometimes that ball hits off the hill of your glove and you don't make it. But he made it last night. That's just the way it is.
How did Reiner look in the cage to you today?
He's there, I think. He's being a competitor. I think the last few days he was trying to get there, but I think he's there now. He feels pretty good, and I think he's a lot more comfortable. So he's likely to play tomorrow.
Seemed like practice today, not quite as much laughing, giggling, relax. I mean, it seemed like it was a more business approach. Was that by design, or is that just...
Well, I almost wanted to take the day off, quite honestly. I think sometimes you just have to step away, not because we lost, but just because we've been going for a while, and I told him we'd come out here quick, let's get our BP in and get out. We don't need to be here very long, and so I think, we're fine. I don't know that it was a lot quieter than usual. At least it wasn't over at Children's Hospital. They had a pretty good time over there.
Are you kind of curious how they're going to respond, though, to this scenario of being, one loss away?
I'm confident that we'll respond in the right way. Does that mean that we're going to win? No, it's not. It doesn't mean we're going to win, but I'm not worried about our approach. I think there's enough maturity on this team. They understand it. They know the stage we're on. We'll be ready to go. Hopefully we'll play well enough.
Anything else, guys? Right now,
Reiner for a chance to pitch.
I think he's fine now. I think initially when he got back there, he was a little bit high. He was up in his stance a little bit, and I think that has gone away now. So he seems to be good to go to me. He tells me he's 100%, and he looks that way. I'm not sure. A few days ago when he said it was 100%, I didn't necessarily see it, but I'm starting to see it now. He feels pretty good.
Between now and game time, do you do anything different with Jordan to sort of prepare him for really the biggest start of his career?
No, I'm not going to do anything. I'll leave that up to Coach Myers. I had told Coach Myers earlier, I said, you get with your big lefty from Sumter, and you guys get it straightened out. So I'll leave that up to Coach Myers.
All right, guys. Thanks.